welcome to another action figure haul. And to start this one off, I'm just going to go over a few of the wrestling action figures I've recently picked up. And to start off with, I did get the Elite, I cannot remember what series he's from, but Chris Jericho with the list. He's a very, very cool figure. I'm really happy to finally have him to put next to my Kevin Owens. And he was £15 from Smith's, so yeah, I finally got around to that, and that's really cool. I got a Sasha Banks from Home Bargains for £6. The first women wrestling action figure I've had probably for the better part of the last 15 years. I haven't really bought that many. Even then really, but now there's a lot better women wrestlers around as well, so that's cool. From B&M, a Hacksaw Jim Duggan. This is from the SummerSlam line. From the same line I also got Davey Boy Smith, British Bulldog, The Undertaker, and Dave Batista. So now I just need like a kind of old school Triple H to finish out my evolution. But yeah, I got 6 new wrestlers in the last few weeks, and these 4 are all from the same line. And you know, for £8 from B&M, or is it 7? I can't remember. You just can't go wrong. They look really nice. This Undertaker as well in particular. In most instances, I just like to get one of the character. Like I don't know, one Big Show, one Shinsuke Nakamura, for example. But if they're around like back in the day when I was a kid, and they're still around now, I'll probably get maybe 3 of them. But Undertaker, he's one of those characters I'm going to buy quite a few of, just because he's such an iconic, well, wrestler in general. And moving on to some DC Icon stuff that I got, I managed to find this guy for very, very cheap, $24.99, and I just couldn't pass him up. I'm just going to put him on top like that. Cyborg. This is the version that comes with all the really cool accessories and whatnot. He's a very, very nice figure indeed. And the only other way is if you get that big 7-pack, but I'm not interested in it. I've got the Batman from the 7-pack, and that's all I really wanted. And I'm looking forward to getting that new Superman when it comes out this summer, I think, as well, with the trunks. So yeah, I had no need for that 7-pack. But moving on from not cheaper figures, I don't want to call them cheap, but to a little bit of a more high-end price, let's move on to the Mezcals I've picked up recently. Okay guys, and moving on to the Mezcals I've recently got, I've got the modern day Red Skull. So I'm really happy to finally get him as well. Just going through like a little bit of the backlog of figures, but he's a relatively old one, and I wanted to get a few of the new ones as well, so I did get the Wolverine. I know this figure's got, I've seen some negative reviews on it, but I think it's a brilliant figure. I really do like it. It's one of my favourites. And this is, well, I recently did top 10 this, but the Wolverine and this one will definitely be on it. The regular Spider-Man, absolutely fantastic figure. I really do like it. And the final one I got, the one I knew I'd have to get because I'm just such a big fan, and well, I'm willing to pay the price, you know. I mean, I would collect Hot Toys, but I don't like the fact that they're essentially statues. You need to leave them like in the most vanilla pose, and that's quite ironic because I am a relatively vanilla poser, but I don't like the fact that I can't even leave them in. I'm kind of semi-vanilla. I like to have arms up, like, I don't know, pointing guns and whatnot, but if it's going to crease the fabric and whatnot, that's going to really bug me, so I just didn't bother. I waited, I bided my time, and thankfully it did get released. The Nightmare Mezco Direct Batman, and I needed to get that to finish up my BVS display because I absolutely love the film. But yeah, now that I've shown you all of them, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what they look like on the shelf and just a few changes I've made and whatnot, so stick around for that guys. Okay then guys, this is the wrestling shelf. As you can see here, it looks a lot more empty than usual, doesn't it? Well, there's a reason behind that. I've now moved some of them, so this is like my more kind of 80s, 90s display, you know, like pre-Attitude Era. So the new ones here are the British Bulldog and the Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And then on this shelf, to say, oh, I also made my own little Mr. Socko, just because I thought, why the hell not? I'm surprised it took me so long to do it in the first place. And then this is my Attitude Era shelf, as you can see here. This is where all my modern stuff was. And the new ones on here are, well, just the Undertaker really, with his head in a funny position, but I'll just fix that up. And then I also put another one on this wall here. So this is like my kind of childhood shelf, well, Ruthless Aggression Era. And yeah, that's the new Batista just there, looking very cool. And then this, we have the modern shelf. So there's the new Chris Jericho and the Sasha Banks just in the back there. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. So far, I think the only person that's going to make it onto all 4 is Undertaker, and he's currently only on 2 of the shelves. But yeah, I'll be sure to make sure he's on the other ones as well soon. But yeah, it looks really nice. Just need to fill those holes in at the back. I'll do that at some point. But yeah, that's the wrestling shelf. Let's move on to the DC stuff. Okay then guys, this is my DC shelf. I've shown it off so many times, but I just never tire of looking at it. It just is such a nice shelf. Probably if I had to choose one shelf to save, like, you know, if I could just have it transported out of the burning house, I'd choose this like shelf. Not this shelf in particular, but I mean the entire like bookcase. But yeah, I'd probably choose this over all the Mezcos and stuff as well, just because, well, there's more stuff here and I've invested more money into it as well. But yeah, the Arkhams, they're exactly the same. Still my favourite part of this shelf as well. But yeah, there's Cyborg looking really cool. He came with a bunch of cool accessories, and I've made it look like he's just charging up a spare arm there, and that looks pretty nice, I think. But yeah, it's really cool. For £25, he was from Forbidden Planet. You just can't go wrong. And I don't know if I've shown this before, but I've just got a few little rocks here. You know, it kind of looks like kryptonite. It looks cool. Jonathan Kent. I hate that Superman. I bought it mainly for this, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that new Superman coming out. And then this guy will probably be moved over to this shelf, so he can just chill there, because this is like kind of miscellaneous DC characters, mainly Batman though in there. And yeah, it's all roughly the same. Oh, I also got my Ra's al Ghul helmet out and just kind of like stuck it there because, well, it's a cool accessory. Why leave it packed away in a bag? And I also stuck this little Zatanna poster that came with the Zatanna figure there, which looks pretty nice. But yeah, it's a very close second favourite shelf, this animated bit. But yeah, it's quite nice. And now finally, moving on to the Mezcos. I love how they all look now. There we go. This is my little BVS display here. I put Superman on one of the flight stands as well, and I customised it, so I added another section to the posing post just so he's held up a bit higher. Otherwise he'd be too low, I think. But yeah, there's the Nightmare Batman with the bendy wire in the cape, reaching in, grabbing his gun from his holster, screaming head. I think it's a Scar-L, roughly. I think it is, if I remember correctly from Modern Warfare 3. That was the last time I fully immersed myself into an online COD game, if anyone was wondering. But yeah, the little Dark Knight Returns display looking really cool. That's Superman. Yeah, it's all roughly the same. And now moving over here, this is where the Marvel figures are. So boom, there we have Spider-Man, and he looks amazing. I absolutely love him. He's my second, yeah, he's my second favourite Marvel figure from Mezco. It used to go in the order of the Punisher and the classic Daredevil, but now I just have the modern Punisher, this Spider-Man, and then the classic Daredevil. That's my order at the minute. I just think they're so cool. But yeah, it really is awesome. And then there we've got Punisher, Wolverine in the background. And if you see what I mean, the posing posts, they are a little bit low. But I don't mind him being low because he can't fly. Whereas like Shazam, for example, who also has all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, all have the customized posing posts. And I think they need it because, well, they can fly. And then there we have Red Skull looking really cool, holding the Cosmic Cube. Everything else is roughly the same here. And yeah, I really like this Spider-Man. I've got him doing a backwards thwip there. I just always thought that looked cool. And the ankles are just, they're not great, but compared to the Miles Morales one, they are amazing. And even they're not that good. But yeah, it's really nice. I absolutely love how it's all turned out. It looks fantastic. And a particular highlight, of course, it's going to be the Nightmare Batman. Absolutely love that figure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Well, not review, but haul, sorry. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.